Ace.
And this is Deuce Ace, Road to the Movies.
Why you sound Italian? Bibbidi-bobbidi.
With a review for Borat Subsequent Moviefilm.
What is happening right now?
So yeah, Borat.
Your Borat accent was terrible.
Thank you, appreciate that. Borat, man. It's been a decade and a half since the first Borat drop, man.
Decade.4.
Decade.4, and so now Amazon Prime has brought Borat 2 to the world, and we are here to review it for you. If this is your first time here, we'd love for you to hit that subscribe button.
Why do you sound so creepy,
Follow
man?
us on social media.
Like, this is why we don't get no subscribers, because you keep talking like this.
Today.
We try to seduce our subscriber base.
Hey, what's wrong with that?
Not opening that can of worms.
Alright, so, Ace, kick it off.
Have you seen Borat 1? Sacha Baron Cohen dressed as Borat from Kazakhstan, just going around. He's a news reporter, whatever, from Kazakhstan, learning about America. So at the end of that movie, he goes back to Kazakhstan. And then Borat 2, we see, no spoilers, but he has to come back to America with a very special guest.
Yeah, it's not a spoiler. We know, in the previews, you see he comes back with his daughter.
I didn't know they shot on the preview.
You should watch previews, man.
Again, I don't like to know too much about a movie. I saw the trailer, but I didn't realize it was his daughter, I guess. But yeah, so he brings his daughter, and they're they get into some shenanigans, the same exact Borat shenanigans from before.
Yes.
With a special twist. Yeah,
so if you don't know, it's their characters and there's a plot, but they interact with real people who don't know what's going on.
Yes.
This time, the real people, it's a little more politically motivated than the previous Borat.
It was pretty politically motivated in the previous one.
Okay, so a little more.
Alright.
Neither here nor there, but yeah, so, they go around crazy antics, and you just get to see a portion of real America.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's all we can really talk about without getting into spoilers. And in this video, after the, this little spoiler-free portion, we're going to break it down just by the bits, comedic bits, that is, and just, talk about how we enjoyed them, and you guys should join us in the comment section down below. But what we can say is, I guess, how we feel about it.
Oh, man, I loved it. I loved the original Borat. I love this Borat. It's nice to know that even though it's been 14 years, Sacha Baron Cohen still going around acting crazy and trying to bring down the U.S. government. Yeah, no, I mean, so
I personally think I like the first one better just because there was a novelty there. I enjoy this, but, and we'll discuss this in the spoiler section, there are some things that I can't say they were necessarily revealed because I knew about it, but just seeing some of the things, not from Borat, even though that stuff was crazy, but just seeing some of the things from the people and just like where we are as a society now and where people, like, so before it's like these people are kind of, hidden in the crevices and, they're not so forthright with their beliefs, mainstream wise. But now to hear about certain things and see these people, and this is the stuff that we deal with in the news every day, when people are plotting to kidnap governors. It's like, it's funny, but at the same time, it's too real. And it's like, to an extent, I can't enjoy it because, like, I'm depressed.
You hear about the Maryland man who was going to assassinate Joe Biden?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so...
We're in Maryland. BT dubs.
Yeah, so if you're in Maryland, subscribe. I don't care if you do makeup reviews, food reviews, gaming reviews. Subscribe to us.
You could do things other than reviews. You could just subscribe to us if you don't make content.
Maryland YouTubers, yay!
Trying to start our own little collab group. Maybe.
That's news to me. But anyway, yeah, so it's just like, just the realness of it is like, literally, like, I'm sitting here like depressed. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is comedy, but they are not comedy. Like, this is sad, this is depressing, like, oh my goodness.
Maybe I was already depressed because I was like, yep, seems about right.
Yeah.
So I was just laughing at the reality that we live in. If you can't laugh, I forget the quote.
If you can't laugh.
If you can't cry, laugh about it.
If you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at, right? You fat slob.
Glad he's aware.
But yeah, so
I laugh to keep from crying, that's the quote.
Yeah. So yeah, this movie's outrageous. This movie is hilarious, but it just paints the. It's not even the underbelly of society. It's just society in a very real light. But needless to say, like if you enjoyed the first one, you're going to enjoy this. If you enjoy comedy and raw scenarios and impractical jokers type stuff, you're going to love this film.
Yep.
Score?
3, 2, 1, 9.
All right.
That's a 9.5. I'm always trying not to. I know.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah, so if you notice with the new Deuce Ace graphics, I'm a boss with that Adobe Premiere Pro, but Adobe After Effects, So if you got some graphic techniques, please leave in the comments below. But we got a nice new graphic, and it fills up the circle with our score. You should be seeing it right about now. Yep, fills up the circle with our score. But you see, it's teetering between 10 and 9, and won't let me do a 9.5.
Can you do like 9 and 1/2?
No, I can't control what it does. Like I typed our scores in, and then just for whatever reason just set to do. Yeah. So we want as many whole numbers as possible. But the Deuce Ace score of Borat 2 is a 9.5. Great. If you got Amazon Prime or know someone who does, holla at this film.
Or just know where to get some good streams. Just watch it.
Watch it. Watch it. Spoilers! Alright, so if you see us glancing to your left, our right, we got some notes up. We're, just stepping in 21st century. Thank you to our producer wife.
Not
we do not share.
/ producer sister-in-law.
My wife, his sister-in-law. Thank you. She was like, why don't you...
My wife.
Boy. Why don't you just cast your notes up to the TV? And I was like, I don't want to listen to you. I don't want none of your ideas. That's a great idea. Thank you, wife. Love you.
And so these are all Deuce's notes, and they are riddled with spelling errors. It looked like a first grader wrote this stuff. So if you see me laughing, I'm laughing at his writing.
Okay, so again, the movie starts off with Borat, and starts off pretty funny, like he, Kazakhstan, that they can't stand him for what he did and the shame he brought, and then he says, "All I have left is my livestock."
No, he starts off in jail. He's like in a chain gang in jail for 14 years. That's where he's been the whole time.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was like, discuss that. I
don't know, man. It doesn't start off all I have my life because they don't got nothing then until they let him out of jail.
Okay, but I just want to talk about the joke, man. I just want to get to the comedy. Again, we're going through the bits, man.
All right, man. I'm just saying, like, set it up for the people who haven't seen it.
If you haven't seen it, why are you in the spoiler section, though?
Because they're not going to watch it. They want to see us talk about it.
Okay, very true. Anyway, he starts off with this joke, and he's like, all I have left is my livestock. 2 pigs, 1 cow, and a daughter. And I was like, I love my daughter, but that was a hilarious joke.
It was pretty funny. If you remember his rival neighbor from the first film, he stole his family and his sons and his black wife from the first film.
Yeah.
So we got the callbacks to the first one, and it starts off rapid fire, like, oh man, this is a Borat Sagdiyev we know and love.
Yeah, so ultimate story, he's supposed to get his daughter to sleep with Mike Pence.
Well, ultimate story, he's supposed to deliver a monkey to Mike Pence.
Oh, wow, yeah.
But then, he travels over, the monkey's in like some crate, and then his daughter snuck under the crate and ate the monkey. So now they have to figure out something else, and they're going to give his daughter to Mike Pence.
Yes, and then when Mike Pence doesn't work out, Rudy Giuliani. So that's the story. He doesn't like his daughter. Culturally, she's not accepted. And then he finds to accept her. So it was a nice father-daughter. It was real beautiful, man. Like, in that sense. Coming to love is always beautiful, man.
Love is always beautiful. I mean, he did have a guidebook by the Kazakhstan government about his daughter that he was heavily invested in. Wasn't a whole lot of beauty in there.
I mean, he was lost, though, but he learned.
And that story is like the actors. That's the plot of the movie. Everything else happens in the movie is just interactions with real American people.
Yep. So we start off with the computer guy skit. He goes to a computer place. He doesn't know what phones are. He finds out about phones and FaceTime and porn.
And so as we are streaming Deuce's No Star TV, he was streaming his phone to the TV in the computer shop. He went to the bathroom to jerk off, and he's casting the porn in front of the computer guy. Hilarious.
I thought
Come on, man. That's hilarious to me. But remember that computer guy, he becomes important later.
Yes, he kind of saves the day. But PMS, that's the name of the company. Not PMSing, but PMS Facts skit.
Yeah, so oh my goodness. these might be out of order. Wasn't this before the computer guys?
No.
All right, so he's got a fax back to the Kazakhstan government that his daughter ate the monkey, or he no longer has a monkey, so they're faxing back and forth, and then, it's just Borat being Borat. He's saying some outrageous stuff, and the guy is just like the fax machine guy. He just doesn't care. He's just doing his job, living his best life. The guy's like, oh yeah, they're going to tie you between two horses and then execute you. And, I mean, I work in a small business. I don't know how I'd react if some dude walked up dressed like Borat and started talking to me like that, but I'd be cracking up laughing.
That one, awesome.
Dude sucks.
I gave it a 10. I'm saying each individual bit doesn't have to be funny for me to enjoy the piece of work, man.
All right.
Next one, the hardware store, where he's going to buy, a cage for his daughter to sleep in. And so it was funny, but again, this is where we come into the realism. Like when he's talking about gassing people, and the hardware store guy is showing no remorse, and it's just like, yeah, you could probably, kill a whole van load of people with that.
Not a van load of people, van load of gypsies. Because I remember from the first movie, Borat hates the Roma people for some reason.
Yes, okay, but I'm saying like, so it's like, no, that's crazy. But at the same time, like, wow, this dude is just like openly conversing about how you can kill people with this. And
yes, America's full of psychopaths and murderers and literal Nazis again. We know this.
Yeah, but it's uncomfortable. But again, funny bit.
To me, I'm like, man, I don't know. I just expect about 30% of people to be that kind of crazy. Well, 40 to 45%, if being honest.
Pretty sad.
I'm just saying.
But all right. After that, any other thoughts on that bit, man?
No, I'm just sitting there cracking up. His daughter, Daddy, buy me a cage. And the guy's just like, yeah, we got daughter cages over here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's going to be most of the bits. So, like, something crazy happens, I laugh.
All right. Macy Chanel. Never heard of her.
Yeah, she's some influencer.
Wasn't,
to me, that was really sad. Because, like, I'm not mad at the hustle. Like Macy Chanel, go get your money. But it's sad that she has to, and people like her have to degrade themselves and be like, yeah, just be whatever they want so you can live this lifestyle. So, it was really funny, more so sad to me.
Deuce Ace getting real.
Borat getting real.
Mad real. All right, the makeover bit. Again, and this is all kind of all happening in quick succession, back to back to back. I'm like, makeover bit.
What did you even like about this movie? You like everything? When they give her like the garment bag and she puts a bag on, like again, it's just like dumb, humorous stuff like this that I enjoy. This movie does have a message. This movie does get deep sometimes, but sometimes you like to sit back and have a nice belly laugh with your friends.
I watched it by myself.
Awkward. Deuce don't got no friends except for me. I love you, Deuce.
Love you too, man. Any of my friends out there, please subscribe. But so yeah, then we get to the bakery, and he wants to write, "Jews will not replace us" on the cake.
And this is the cake he's getting for Mike Pence.
Yes, and the thing to me that was so crazy, and I like this interaction. So he says that, no wince. The lady's like, okay, sure, let me just.
She's like, oh man, another one of these today?
Oh man, this is my 5th one. But then when because they're foreign, his daughter starts talking another language, then she's like, ugh. She's more disgusted at them being foreign than him saying Jews will not replace us.
Yes, America is full of xenophobes and racists. I mean, it is what it is. That's the reality we live. And to those xenophobes and racists, please subscribe.
Oh my gosh. And no, okay, yes, please, everyone, please subscribe.
Yes, please.
But okay, so then she ate the cupcake baby, in her, and to me, I thought this is when like it got real hilarious. Like
I was dying.
So I don't know how the YouTube stuff works if we say things like xenophobia and abortion and what happens.
I'm seeing the craziest stuff on YouTube, but they flag us for this. I'm hollering at you, YouTube CEO. Run me one.
YouTube CEO, subscribe. But so they talk about, so they go to a health clinic, and so it's I assume a Christian health clinic.
I assume they got a pastor talking to them. It's gotta be Christian. Like they don't have a doctor. They just got. He's like, yeah, Pastor Johnson, whatever his name is.
And so the bit is that it's a toy baby, and she said, Doctor, there's a baby inside of me. And Borat's like, I put the baby inside her, and this is his daughter, and it's just the hilarity that ensues, and it's like that. To me, that was the one of the best ones.
Yeah, I mean, I just think all of them are great. I'm sitting there. So they're having this conversation. I want this baby. Like, no, we can't take the baby out. They're like, oh, but the Borat is like, I put the baby in her. The doctor kind of looks at him like, oh no, don't worry, we can't take the baby out. And like, it's just, to me, to see how unaffected people are in this. What they're in Florida at this point in time. Where are they?
Georgia.
Alabama. They were in Alabama at one point.
Georgia.
The debutante ball was in Georgia. Whatever, they're all over the South. and just someone like, yeah, I'm right, Jews won't replace them. Like, hey, yep, I'm a fax to a foreign government about your execution with no problem. Like, just see how unaffected people are in their day-to-day life. It's just hilarious to me.
Yep. Yeah, so that one was hilarious, and it's like, I kind of feel bad for the people, like, for real, even though, like, I'm not going to say the pastor, nothing was wrong with him per se, but it's just like, man, like, what would I do in that scenario? Like, no idea.
I mean, I'd probably call the police, but like, hey, this guy put a baby in his daughter. That's just me. I don't know the legality of incest in wherever they were. I'm assuming it's illegal.
Moving on. So then they go to a debutante ball. and before we get to what is even more outrageous than that, again, this is just what. So again, I enjoyed the film. Like, so that's why I gave it a 10. But just some of the stuff that people said was like I may need therapy after this, not because of what Borat did or Sacha Baron Cohen. But and there's nothing wrong with therapy, but just because, oh my gosh, like the depravity of people. Like, he's sitting here talking to this old white dude, is like, how much would my daughter go for? And
it's $500.
He's like $500, and he's laughing, and his daughter's right there. She's like, "F you, Dad, you disgusting." And it's like,
yes, there's a bunch of pedophiles in America. I mean, you can say the depravity. Like, to me, I wasn't surprised by any of this stuff.
Man, maybe I'm just sheltered. Just like, gee, like, this is a group of men and their daughters, and like this debutante dance. You would think like, no, I'm gonna protect my daughter. Like, come on, man, don't even. That's not even funny. Like, if someone accepted me, hey, how much would my daughter go for? Like, come on, dog.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't want to offend anyone, but the kind of people who do those like Southern ball debutante type things. They see their daughter as like a prize for another person. That's why they're like, oh, you got to get married, and then you marry them off to a rich husband to, consolidate power for your family or whatever.
Yeah, that's cool in the 1800s and the sugarcane bans and all that stuff.
And that's how a lot of stuff still is down south.
Well, hey man, this movie's eye opener for me. I hope it's eye opener for you. Subscribe. No, it's my dog passed gas. Don't blame me, man.
Sorry,
I would never do that on camera. But so at the debutante ball, they have a Kazakhstan cultural dance
for her moon blood. They call it
moon blood. That would be her menses.
That sounds nasty.
That's what it's called, dog.
It's called a period. No, I'm on my menses. I'm having my menses. She has her period. Like, oh, let's do our fertility dance.
Yeah, and so she's just bleeding away, raising up her skirt and dancing, and
they're like clapping, and the people are still just clapping throughout. Like they're making faces, but no one stopped clapping while she was showing her.
You're probably in shock. Like, what in the world? Like,
they're probably like, well, this might as well happen.
Yeah, so that was crazy. Next bit. CPAC.
Yeah, again, Deuce's notes are like the ravings of a psychopath. So I have no idea what he's saying.
So I don't know what CPAC stands for. The Conservative
Political
Active Campaign. Well, I don't know, but
that was in Maryland, right? That was at the National Harbor.
Oh, and actually, when they saw, I was like, "Hey, that's definitely PG County Police."
Yeah, and I remember seeing in the news where like someone in a Trump mask was running around holding a girl in the Mike Pence speech.
Mike who?
In the Mike Pence speech, but little did I know that would be Borat some months later. So that's crazy.
Yeah, so they're there, and he has his daughter trying to offer up to Mike Pence. Like, he snuck in to the CPAC, and so again, that's what I'm saying. Like, one, it's crazy that they're talking about, and it's so crazy that they're talking about how they about to beat COVID.
He's like, yeah, it's 10 cases in America. Fast forward.
4 more years. 4 more.
That's not even funny, fam.
Huh?
That's not even funny, fam.
No, look at my notes. That's what they said after.
Oh, I thought you were.
No,
I'm sorry. Everyone has their right to vote, but I was about to throw hands with Deuce real quick.
No, I'm saying, like, they literally talk about COVID in 4 more years, and we now know that over 200,000 people have died from this, and however many people. But we're not here to talk about that. It's just ironic that at the CPAC, that was the tone.
I mean, to be fair, we also weren't taking it seriously back then.
Speak for yourself.
You had a COVID house party before. It might have been right after everything got shut down. So, I mean, you weren't taking it seriously.
Yeah, this is getting edited out. Anyway,
keep that in, fam. The world needs to know, dog.
Hogan coming after me.
What are you gonna do? Vote for Ronald Reagan. He's also about to catch these hands.
So he's
dead.
We're just coming off of something that was politically charged and could put me in jail.
If
you want to find out, subscribe. Hit us up on social media, Bro to the Movies. Hit us up in the DMs, and we'll let you know what it is.
Oh, maybe we got a Patreon. We got some unedited clips we can show you guys.
Oh, wow, yeah. Set that up. We need a lot of subs for that to be worthwhile. Anyway.
I'll take $2 right now.
But yeah, so yeah, it's just crazy. He got into CPAC and...
Yeah, like, it's crazy. And I watched an interview after the fact where he was like, yeah, I had to go through TSA security to get through all this stuff. That a random guy could just roll up on the vice president like that. Like, where's the security at, man? The Secret Service checked this dude, but he was able to sneak in with a fat suit. He was talking about, they were like, wanted him, and metal went off on his fat suit. He's like, oh, it's my pacemaker. And they're like, okay, and just let him through. Not
only that, there's scenes where he's just running the halls down there at the National Harbor. He's just running back and forth, and people are like... And no one stopped him, like...
I did not know it was that easy to get close to government officials. Like, that's terrible.
Yeah. Again, the reality that this movie painted. Then, you know, we got the plastic surgery. Yeah.
Oh, man. I forget her name, but the black babysitter lady, she's a real one, man. She was one of my three favorite characters. They're not characters. Three favorite people in this movie, man.
So after the plastic surgery... Or is it before or during what? She gets dropped off. Oh, yeah. So after the plastic surgery, he's short $70 or whatever.
He's like, I'm going to make $70.
And after he gave her like $20,000 in cash. And she literally counted it and was like...
It was straight ones.
Yeah, like... And so he has to go get a job. I don't understand how it was set up that he dropped his daughter off at this black babysitter, but he acted like she was a dog. And like, this black babysitter, and now we're getting out of order the bits, but... She really showed her the ropes of what it's like to be a woman, and that if you touch your vagina, you won't get eaten and sucked into your butthole. Like,
have y'all ever seen that movie Teeth, where the girl has the teeth in her vagina? It's like a horror movie, and she's like cutting dudes' things off with the teeth. But that's all I was thinking about when she's reading the story about the little Kazakh girl who's touched herself and is eaten by her own vagina. I'm like, who comes up with this kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Coronavirus.
Oh, come on, man. But come on, man. It just makes it so hard for me to edit. But
don't edit it out.
Anyway, yeah. So that's crazy. The black lady, she's really the heart of this film. Like, shout out, black lady.
Yeah, I probably should have looked your name up beforehand, but she like, hey, look, I'm driving. Hey, she's like, look at yourself. You don't need the surgery. You're beautiful how you are. That black lady is a queen, and we stan her.
We what?
Stan her.
What?
Stan.
Like Eminem?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so the next bit, more Vagine stuff. She goes to a Republican woman conference, and oh my gosh, it was the one lady, I thought she was about to bite through her lips. So, again, after the black lady says you're not going to get eaten by your vagine if you touch your vagine, she goes...
It sounds weird saying you say vagine. This dude wrote vagine in his notes. Come on, dog.
Hold on. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but, oh my gosh, like, those conservative ladies were going to go crazy, dog. Like, oh my gosh, they were, like, it was the one lady, like, I thought she was about to have a manic episode, again, after the vagine liberation.
Vagine liberation?
What else would you call it?
Her sexual awakening?
That's so 1990s.
What, vagine liberation?
They call it vagine in the movie.
Oh, man, we're about to get that little YouTube thing where they got a community guidelines.
Okay, so enough of that. Then he goes to a synagogue, and he
meets my two other favorite people in this movie.
And so it's just two nice Jewish ladies, Holocaust survivors.
Wait, you gotta set up. He goes to the synagogue dressed as a monstrous Jewish character.
And these ladies just show him love.
Yeah, and Sacha Baron Cohen is Jewish in real life.
I heard that they're actually he's speaking Hebrew when he's speaking.
Me and my friends were talking about this. Apparently in the first movie he's speaking complete Hebrew, and then this one is like a mix of Hebrew and Russian, Eastern European, whatever. Well, yeah, interesting tidbits. But this dude's coming with claws. He's got the stereotypical Jewish, like, long nose that they depicted in some, like, comics and stuff. And these ladies are like, hey, what's up?
Give us a hug.
Come eat some soup with us. Look, we're not monsters. We're Holocaust. Oh, before this, his daughter tells him that the Holocaust wasn't real because that's, like, the pride and joy of Kazakhstan, and fictional Kazakhstan. And it, like, shakes his worldview that the Holocaust never happened.
And she learned that on Facebook, of course.
Yes. Where all the Holocaust deniers are. So, they're here, and they're like, the Holocaust actually happened. And he's cheering. I'm like, oh, this is... Like, props to these ladies that they're just chilling in a synagogue. They just got soup at the ready. and they're just, like, nice to this clearly psychotic guy, man. Like, this movie shows that even though there are crazy people, there are also nice people, no matter where you go, who, no matter your differences, no matter your beliefs, they're just going to treat you like a regular person.
Shout out, man, to the Jewish ladies in the synagogue.
Yeah. Should have also known their names.
Alright, so the next part, we get to two QAnon dudes who put my hat back on, sorry.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah.
So, Borat, his daughter is gone, she's ran away, and he's just at a store, and he's like, hey, why do you have a mask on, random guy? And the guy's like, oh, it's the midst of a global pandemic. And Borat stays with them throughout the entirety of the pandemic.
Yeah, I really don't understand the context of, in reality, how he ended up staying with them or what's going on, but...
He's a Borat.
Yeah, so funny, but then the reality of them thinking that Democrats are, blood-drinking, whatever they are, it's just... I can't. Definitely can't.
Yeah, man, I mean... I didn't know exactly what QAnon was. I knew it was about, like, Democrats and babies and stuff. But if this is what they actually believe, some pretty psycho stuff, man.
Yeah, so Borat stayed with them. They let him try to spray the virus.
He was, like, banging on the walls and stuff.
Do, like, semi-butt-naked jumping jacks and stuff.
Hey, man, those guys, they're just chilling and vibing throughout the pandemic, and can't blame them.
Can't blame them, but you can blame them for their crazy. Anyway, so, they help him try to find his daughter, which leads them to a festival.
Oh, my goodness.
This is a right-wing conservative festival. I don't know the context of it, but...
They were protesting the quarantine.
Protesting the quarantine. That sounds fitting. And, yeah, so, in character, Sacha Baron Cohen, Borat, as you know him, Bruno, as you may also know him, he goes on stage and he starts singing a song, and he's like this, folk artist, and it's like, yeah, we hate Obama, we hate Hillary, all this stuff.
They're gonna chop him up like the Saudis.
And then he starts, and he gets them to rant, chop him up like the Saudis, gas the scientists like the Germans, and it's like, again, it's hilarious that he's up there making a mockery of them, but there's a group of hundreds, if not thousands of people, anti-maskers here just chanting this stuff, and this is not, to my knowledge, staged. These aren't lies. These are real people chanting this.
I mean, we saw dudes with guns run up in a state house to protest the quarantine, man. So, we got some people who aren't all there in the head. I mean, all over the country.
Yeah, so as I've said, I gave this movie a 10 for its creativity, for its, like, artistry, but I can't with America. I don't know if I said this or not already, because my mind's all over the place, but I need therapy after this, man. And
I'll be a therapist, bro. I'm here for you. Deuce Ace brought to therapy.
So yeah, then that craziness ensues, and we get to what you've probably seen, what you've probably heard of, and what you probably have formed your own opinions on. Borat, his daughter, what's her name? Tutar.
Tonka.
And Rudy, touching on girls' booties, Giuliani.
And yeah, man, so, the daughter, she's giving the interview, and she's clearly trying to bait him. She's touching his leg and stuff, because in the movie, she's supposed to give herself to Rudy Giuliani. And this dude, the interview's over, they go to the hotel room, And it's the thing with him allegedly tucking in his shirt. He was doing much more than that. I mean, I've tucked in shirts. Deuce tucked in shirts. I've seen you with your shirt tucked in. Most men have tucked in a shirt before. You're not lying there in bed, laying back, diddling yourself with the lady right there tucking in your shirt. So.
After previously touching side, back, hip, butt, whatever, just being
she ain't like 4 body parts.
But yeah, man, it's just. Does he do this with all journalists? Is this commonplace in the Fox News OAN, journalistic integrity handbook?
Pretty sure it is.
Yeah, man, it's just this movie's wild. Like this movie.
Yeah, man. So Rudy Giuliani, if you're watching, you're canceled, buddy. But please still subscribe.
Rudy Giuliani, subscribe. Fox News subscribers, subscribe. Everybody subscribe to Deuce and Ace. But yeah, this movie is crazy. If you like Borat. If you like jokes, if you like,
I think everyone likes jokes.
If you like major sat, that's not your SATs, that's satire. If you like major sat, this film is for you. Deuce and Ace score of 9.5. Oh, there's an ongoing Melania Cinderella cartoon. This movie,
it's just hilarious.
It's a piece of work. It's very well crafted. The ending.
So he goes back. He's like, I'm gonna die in Kazakhstan, whatever. And I don't know, the premier, the prime minister, is kind of like, oh no, we're good. Turns out that Borat is the one who spread this virus around the world. The Kazakhstan government injected him with the virus, sent him to Wuhan to play with bats and pangolins and stuff. He just went around the world infecting all of us.
Yeah, so just like South Park Pandemic Special, it shows how this pandemic, COVID-19, has infiltrated our minds and our art. Like how many books and shows and like new seasons of TV are coming out. Like I saw an ad for This Is Us, and they were talking about standing 6 feet apart. Or like, where's your mask? Blackish. I'm an essential employee. Like it has changed the scope of our mindset.
He's not that essential.
Yeah, I wouldn't consider him an essential employee.
I'll talk about you. Oh, you were talking about Bobby?
I was talking about Dre from Blackish.
I don't watch Blackish, so.
Well, this is awkward.
Yeah, but the very end of the movie, who brings down the Kazakhstan government? Brian from the computer shop in the very first joke. That's what I'm talking about, baby. He had him on the FaceTime, got him. So the end, Borat and Tutar Sagdiyev are a father-daughter tag team news crew in Kazakhstan. And that's the movie.
Yeah, that's the movie. We hope you enjoyed this review. We hope you subscribe, like, share, follow us on social media, and just, hey, give Sacha Baron Cohen his...
Sacha Baron Cohen?
Sacha Baron Cohen. Can you say it for me, man?
Sacha Baron...
Sacha Baron Cohen. His good desserts. Round of applause.
His good desserts? Just desserts?
Just desserts. He did a great job. Can we give him a round of applause, man?
Alright, man. Shout out Sasha. And Maria Bakalova, man. You did a great job, too.
Yes. Amazon Prime. Yeah.
I'm not clapping for Amazon, for sure.
I'm Deuce.
I'm Ace.
And this has been Deuce and Ace, Bro to the Movies. Out.
Hey, Deuce and Ace here. Thanks again for sticking around for the whole video.
We're so glad you did. We hope you enjoyed the movie reviews, the trailer reactions, the funny bros, and the quality content. If you do, be sure to subscribe, check out these videos, and be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Bro to the Movies.
Deuce and Ace.
Out.